Hi everyone, in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the CHAFON 3-in-1 wireless charger. Full disclosure, the manufacturer sent me this free of charge in turn for an honest review, however they are not compensating me in any other way, so as always this will be my honest opinion of this product. Inside the box we have an instruction card and a user manual. Next up we have a wall charger with a USB-A port and a cable which has USB-A on one side and USB-C on the other. Finally we have the charging pad. On the back we have a USB Type-C input. So now let's plug in the charger. It's nice that they provide this charger in the box, although I wish it had USB-C instead of USB-A. One thing I found interesting is that the AC prongs in this charger are turned 90 degrees compared to most other chargers I've used. So it may look a little funny having to plug the USB in sideways, but my guess is they do this so that it can be plugged into a crowded power strip without covering other outlets. Now let's plug the USB-C end into the charging mat and we've got a green light, so that's probably a good sign. There's a little touch sensitive button on the center pad, and if we tap that, it toggles the ring light on and off. So now let's first try my phone, and yep, it's starting to charge. Now we'll test some AirPods, and yep, we got the orange light there. And just for fun, let's see if we can get my phone to charge on one of these other spaces, and nope, that's not going to work, but I kind of expected that. Although you can charge the AirPods on the bigger pad if you want, and if you have the AirPods Pro 2nd generation or a model with a magnetic case, you can not only charge them on the larger pad, but it will also hold them snug with magnets, which is pretty cool. You can even charge 2 sets of AirPods at the same time if you wanted to. Now let's take a look at the different ways you can use this charger. You can of course use it flat, but you can also fold it into a triangle, which will allow you to use 2 of the chargers at the same time. This is a good mode if you want to prop up your phone. However, this will only work if you have an iPhone 12 or newer, which has the MagSafe on the back. Other phones will just slide off and are not recommended for this mode. It's also worth noting that it's going to work best if you put your phone in landscape mode, since most phones are going to be too tall to use on the charger vertically. In this example, I have an iPhone 12 mini, and you can see the bottom of the phone extends lower than the bottom of the charger. The manufacturer obviously photoshopped these images because the phone will not charge like this since the coil is in the middle of the phone and not in the bottom. It's possible to fidget with the stand enough to get the angles just right, but it's probably just best to use your phone in landscape mode, which works perfectly for watching videos and things like that. The final option is to stack the mat up and use only the phone charger portion on a flat table, and this will work with all phones. One thing to watch out for is this mat only folds in one way. If you try and fold it the opposite way, the 2 wireless coils will come in contact with each other, which will cause interference, and that will shut it off. So make sure you only fold it the way that it naturally wants to fold up. Now let's talk about some of the problems I had with this unit. I first tested it on my nightstand where I normally use a wireless charger to charge my phone overnight, and at first it seemed like this unit was going to work well because I could manually switch off the light ring until I was woken up in the middle of the night by the light not only turning on, but blinking. Even when I took my phone off of it, it continued to blink until I unplugged it. The next night I used it, I ran into a similar issue with the light flashing blue, and when you look at the guide that explains what the colored lights mean, neither of my situations were listed. I also ran into issues where the button to toggle the light on and off didn't seem to do anything, even after pressing it several times. I reached out to the representative of the company that sent me this product, and even after following up, I have yet to hear back from them after a few weeks. I'm not sure if the unit I got is faulty, or if I'm doing something wrong, but I can say for sure that if you are going to be using this in a bedroom and you are sensitive to light, this may not be the product for you since there seems to be an issue with keeping the light off. I also ran into an issue where it looked as if the phone was charging, but after 20 minutes, it hadn't even increased 1%. After looking more closely, I noticed it kept starting and stopping the charging, which can't be good for the battery, but after I unplugged and replugged the charging mat, that seemed to fix the issue. A week after receiving this product, I had travel plans, so this was the perfect time to put this product to the test. I was able to successfully charge phones, AirPods, and an Apple Watch all at the same time. This eliminated the multiple chargers and cables I would have had to bring with me in place of this product. I still ran into the issue with the light randomly turning on, which was annoying, but at least the product did work. Back home, I did some testing around how much power it pulls, and I was happy to see that it did what it claims. Although the charging brick that comes with this wireless charger is Qualcomm Quick Charge compatible, it doesn't mean it can deliver that same amount of power to your device. This is because it needs to spread out that power among all 3 charging services, even if you're not using all 3 at the same time. I was able to get about 10 watts with just a phone charging, another 2 to 2.5 with AirPods, and another watt or 2 with a watch, for a total of about 13 watts. Of course, this will vary based on how full your batteries are, and you're never going to get all 18 watts the charger is capable of due to losing some of the power through the physics of wireless power delivery and heat, but that is typical of all wireless chargers. Oh, and that's another good thing I can say about this charger. I have not noticed anything getting hot or overheating which can sometimes happen with other wireless chargers I've used. So this isn't going to be the fastest way to charge your phone, but it's definitely fast enough and better than the typical 5V 1A charger that Apple used to include with its phones. But it's not going to be as fast as plugging in a newer 20W USB-C charger directly into your phone, which will deliver the most amount of power with the least amount of loss and in the quickest amount of time. I did some testing around using this with other devices like this multi-point charger and even a power bank, and as long as your device supports the Qualcomm quick charge standards, it'll work. So in conclusion, do I recommend this product? Well, I think it's a very good design as far as being portable and compact and great for travel. However, the random flashing light could be bothersome, and until I hear back from the manufacturer to know what this means and if it's expected or not, that's up to you to decide if it would bother you or not. As far as improvements, I wish there was a physical switch to turn off the light versus a touch-sensitive button that is easy to accidentally press, and it also gets reset each time the unit is unplugged and plugged in again. On the other hand, maybe we don't even need a light at all. Most of my other wireless chargers don't have a light, or if they do, it's very small and goes off after a few seconds once it starts charging so that you can see it's working, but they don't stay on all the time to light up the room at night. With this charging ring, it looks really cool at first, but it can quickly become an eyesore if you're trying to sleep. Aside from that, I think it's a convenient product, and if you have a use case for it and you're able to pick it up for a good price, then I'd say go for it. I'll put an affiliated link down in the video description. Your price stays the same, but a small commission may come back to me on anything you buy using my link, and it helps justify the time it takes me to do all the testing to produce these in-depth reviews. You can also help my channel by liking and subscribing, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments. With that, I thank you for watching, and have a great day.